All right, we're talking about how to begin on clarinet. Easiest way is to have your students begin on the barrel and mouthpiece. We've already talked about how to put the reed in. Just to review the embouchure a little bit, you're rolling your lower lip over your bottom teeth. That provides a pad. The more pad, the better. You just want that lip over the teeth. Top teeth are actually in contact with the top of the mouthpiece. Don't have your students roll their upper lip over their upper teeth. That is a double embouchure, but it's hard to maintain. It's best to have your students start with a single embouchure. Once you do that, your jaw is firm and pointed. You're at about a 23 to 30 degree angle. Halfway down the mouthpiece, you're going to have to experiment. It'll vary from student to student. And they're blowing from their diaphragm, and here's this pitch you want to get. If the student's jaw is not firm and pointed and pressured up against the reed, you're going to get a flabby sound. Clarinet embouchure is a very tight embouchure. You want to make sure that you're getting that sound. Once they're blowing freely, don't have them puff their cheeks, because that indicates that all the support is coming from the cheeks and not the diaphragm. Next, you want to introduce tonguing. The best way to do that is with the syllables tu for staccato, do for legato. Have them say it right into the mouthpiece while they're working on this. Do, 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 do. And have them repeat tu, 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 and do, 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 do. And then have them articulate and do the sound. Tu, 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 tu. If you're getting this, students are dropping their jaw. Once they've done that, and they've got a good sound on that, you can have them put the clarinet together. We've already talked about that. It goes on the upper joint, cracked about 1/8 of an inch. The other thing to get this idea of blowing into the clarinet, you can have them hold it with their left hand up on the barrel. The right hand can go down onto the thumb rest. You can have them form the embouchure, again 20 to 30 degrees. You don't want it this, you don't want looking down, blowing through the clarinet. Have them practice their articulations as well using just the clarinet before we start your fingering. Fingering's fairly straightforward. I could show you. First we'll start with the left hand. Notice you have tone holes right here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cover the tone holes. You don't want the fingers curved. You want them fairly flat, curved, but not straight out like this. Pads of fingers. So if you actually push down hard, you can actually see where these are imprinting the pads of my fingers. So that's your right hand position. Pinky's in contact with the C sharp or G sharp key. Thumb, if you can see this, is actually perpendicular or at a diagonal angle, and your thumb is on the thumb rest or on the thumb tone hole, and the tip of the thumb plays a register key. You want to make sure that you have this U-shaped with your thumb and your fingers. If you look down the clarinet, you should see a nice U shape forming right there. You can see my U-shaped thumb. So that's the left hand. Right hand again, 1, 2, 3. If you look, pinky is resting on the E flat or G sharp key, depending on what you want to do, what you want to call it. Thumb is right under the thumbnail. I have a hard time showing it to you. Get the idea, right under the thumbnail. It's not curved up, it's flat, it's not this way. Pulled back under the thumbnail. And that's your basic finger position. Okay. So, next thing we want to talk about, we've gone through and played through some exercises. I want to talk about fingering and going over the break on the clarinet. We're going to talk about our low register and our overblows of twelfths. So basically this is going to be dealing with the right hand finger placement. So if we look at our right hand, first note we're going to learn is our low F or C, which is fingered 1, 2, 3. Thumb is covering the tone hole, left hand thumb covering the tone hole, 1, 2, 3, and you're on the F key, which is this key right here. This is called right hand F. I'll show you left hand F in a minute. Right hand F, this is your F. That's your F. When you blow, put down the register key, get your air moving quicker, it will become C. Okay, now let's talk about left hand F. Right here, if you notice, you have a all these keys right here. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. This is your F key. It's right below the G sharp key. Same thing. Now you can keep this down or take it up. Your right hand doesn't really matter. So I'm just switching between left and right. And you can do the same thing with high C. Okay? Those are your two Fs. All right, next we're going to go to F sharp, and I'm going to start with left hand F sharp. Can you see this? It's right next to the E key, right below the F key. So that's left hand F sharp without the register key. And you can keep the right hand down or take it up, doesn't matter. And then the next one I'm going to show you. So if we put the register key down, that becomes F sharp, becomes C sharp. Okay, there's also right hand F sharp. So if you put this key down, this is your F sharp key in the right hand. Notice it's right below the G sharp key. Same thing. You can check both to make sure you're doing the correct fingering by alternating the fingerings. And once you put the register key down with this one, it becomes C sharp. So F sharp becomes C sharp. Now, here's an important concept. Why do we have to use these alternating fingerings? Because on the right hand side, G sharp or E flat can only be played 1 2 3 1 2 3 with the G sharp or E flat key. That can only be played right hand. We don't want to slide from F to G sharp or C to E flat. Okay, we have to alternate. So in this case, we'll go to the F key. So we'll go left hand F to right hand G sharp or A flat. Left F, 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 or C to E flat. Those are on those handouts that I gave you. We don't want to slide from F to G sharp. So this is an important key to remember because it can only be fingered right hand. Can only be fingered right hand. All right. Now the other keys I haven't shown you is E. So we're going to start with right hand E first. So if you'll notice, this is the key right here on the outside. And when you put the register key down with this, it becomes B. Hopefully without squeaking. Then we can also do this with the right hand E, which is this key right here, directly below the F key. That becomes E and B as well. So those are your right hand fingerings for the low notes. Now the other thing that's important to remember is we have two notes that have to be fingered only one way. I've already talked about this G sharp or E flat with the register key. G sharp, E flat with the register key can only be fingered right hand. The other one that's going to dictate this is C sharp or G sharp with the register key. This can only be fingered left hand. Register key becomes G sharp. All right, so this is important when we're looking at those two notes and approaching and leaving those two notes. We always want to approach left, right, left, right. We don't want to slide. There are a few instances, but that's in the handout I'll show you. So if we're starting with our chromatic scale, fingering wise, we're going to start with left hand E right here. I'm keeping the F key down, don't have to. Doesn't really matter, but because I'm going to F, I'm going to keep that F key down. So we're going left hand, I gotta get my left from right here because I'm looking at the screen here. Left hand E, which is here, and I'm letting go of that to go to F. Now I can go left hand F sharp, which is right here. So E, F, F sharp, then I can go to G, 1, 2, 3, G sharp, there. So that's one way to approach chromatic scale. Okay, now you can approach it the other way too, but this is probably the easiest way. So you can go right hand E, F, left hand F, and then right hand F sharp, then G, because you're approaching G sharp from G, which doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm asking the video if it makes sense. Okay. Review it. Review that sheet that I gave out. Now, the other important thing you want to remember is when we're going over the break. And the break occurs on clarinet between B flat and B, natural. Okay. From everything open, I'll back up a little bit, to everything closed. And the easiest way to approach that is once you get to throat tone G, the throat tones are G, G sharp, A, and B flat, okay? And if you notice, G is open, A sharp, or G sharp is first finger left hand, A, first finger right hand, B flat with the A key and the thumb register key without covering the tone hole here, okay? So we learned these in class. Now, the minute you get to a G, okay, open G, you want to put down this entire right hand. So you want to put down your B flat, or your 1, 2, 3, and your F key. Why do you want to put down the F key? Well, because we're going from B flat to B, and then we're going to go to C. So when we get to G, we put this down. It really doesn't do anything to the pitch. Put it down in F sharp, you'll notice what happens to the pitch. Makes it flatter. So the minute we get to G, we put down this right hand. So we go F, F sharp, G. My right hand is down for G. My right hand is down for G sharp. My right hand is down for A. My right hand is down for B flat. And now I'm fingering low E with the register key, which becomes B. So I'm going from B flat, but I have this right hand down, so it'll be a little easier. So I'm going from B flat, everything open, but my right hand's down to B flat. Then I just take off my B key or E key for F, because it's already down. Then I just alternate. So hopefully this will make sense to give you a start of how to practice this. The idea is you don't want to slide between notes. Remember, the two notes that really dictate what fingerings we use are the G sharp or E flat, right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that can only be fingered right hand, and the C sharp right here can only be fingered left hand. So hopefully this helped.